The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us for this special edition of the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. We are on location from Vision Hyundai in Canandaigua. This week we're looking back at some of our favorite stories from the fall sports season, and we begin at Gates Chili with the Forgotten Girls. Emily Green of Penfield, Carrie Santor of Webster, Leila Tate of Pittsford. Some of the great gymnasts, to name just 3, produced in this region back when high school gymnastics was taken seriously. It's odd that a sport that has such great national following, especially in an Olympic year, may have the least impact of any sport offered at the high school level in Section 5. They are the Forgotten Girls. There are just 9 gymnasts on the Gates Chili team. The Spartans are one of only 6 schools, along with Fairport, Hilton, Penfield, Rush Henrietta, and Batavia, that so much has offered the sport.
I think it's cool having a small team because a lot of the school sports are so huge and like large teams that it's nice to have a small team. It's like family. It's not the coach can spend individual time with us.
It's like a family, and you just try to make, as many schools as can take on kids from other schools, they do it.
And you do that too. Now, it's pretty cool that you take in the Churchville kids, and you do that partially because that was done for you, huh?
Yeah. John Feeney, who's the coach at SUNY Brockport, he took me on. When Spencerport had a team, I competed with them for Nazareth Academy.
That's a fairly common practice. Batavia inherited gymnasts from Avon and Alexander. Gates Chili has adopted 2 saints, as it were. Senior Samantha Taylor and sophomore Kristen Godshall came over from Churchville.
I had to go through with both of the athletic directors from Churchville and Gates, and once they approved it on the board, they let me join the team.
It's definitely different because people will be like, there's a gymnastics team, but I mean, it's fun for it to just be the 2 of us, so it works.
How's it going for you so far?
It's going really good. We've competed a few meets and we're doing pretty good, but I mean, it's still a team of 2, so there's not much you can do, but it's like a whole team with Gates with us.
The best of the bunch is an 8th grader, Madison Kahn of Gates Chili. She was 17th in states last year and will do better this time.
I like the excitement when I compete, and I like the challenge, and my favorite part is the vault because it's like powerful and it's one of my best events.
Maddie is a hard worker. She will try anything. She's not afraid of doing tricks, and she just wows me every day. Sometimes she'll just say, "Hey Sue, take a look," and all of a sudden she'll chuck some new trick, and you're like, "Maddie, you're crazy!" But she really loves the sport and wants to get better and works hard.
Girls gymnastics faces an uncertain future. Cost per participant is a concern that makes the sport an easy target for cost cutters. But the main problem is the gymnastic club teams. Bright Raven and Gates is to be commended for embracing the high school programs. That isn't usually the case.
Some of the private clubs aren't willing to let their kids do the high school seasons. They really discourage it, which is unfortunate because these girls work so hard and they need an opportunity to share what they have for their school.
Gates Chili won the Section 5 gymnastics title, and Madison was the area's top performer. When we return, we head out to Parma Park with the special edition of the Vision Automotive Group High School Sports Beat from Vision Hyundai in Canandaigua continues. Welcome back to this special edition of the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. We are on location from Vision Hyundai in Canandaigua. Tom Foster is the man in charge. Come see what we're calling the Corral, the wholesale outlet. Great-looking vehicles, all selling for under $10,000 at Vision Hyundai in Canandaigua. We are looking back at some of our favorite stories from the fall sports season, among them the sights and sounds from the Monroe County Cross Country Championships.
Detroit, 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 Detroit. Down on three. 1, 2, 3.
There are a couple of sports where the Monroe County League Championships upstage sectionals. Wrestling is one, cross country another, because the large and not so large schools compete without regard for class.
Hilton 3, Hilton 3. 1, 2, 3. Hilton!
I think the county race is more important than the sectionals because all the schools are here. How are you approaching that?
I like counties better because, like you said, there's more people in it. So I think it's better just because I have more girls to race and more people that are going to push me and help me get a better time and stuff.
Cooper is clearly the distance runner on the girls' side to beat this year.
It's been going really well so far. I've had a lot of races, but none with a lot of competition, so I'm looking forward to the championship season now.
Cooper broke clear of the 150 runners competing for county honors at Parma Park.
Well, the strengths today are your start is the wind's going to be at your back, so they're going to be flying at the starting point. And then through the woods, there's a little hills and some tight spots where they bunch up a little bit. And one of the bridges is a little slippery in there. And then their biggest challenge is when they're coming back this way, they're into this wind. And their finishes are right against the wind.
At the straightaway to the finish line, Cooper was running alone.
Good job. Right through to the back of the chute. Keep that moving.
Yeah, that was definitely the plan from the beginning, was to take it out and just get some distance on everyone and then keep pushing and keep, putting the pedal down and try to make the gap bigger.
To that extent, you don't make it easy on yourself to post a great time because there's nobody pushing you.
Yeah, it's really hard. I have to pretend that there's people up ahead of me that I can't see, so I try to do that, and I'll just throw in random surges throughout the race to try to pretend like there's someone there and hopefully, push myself a little bit more.
A sophomore whose time will arrive upon Cooper's graduation was second. Churchville's Anna Costarellis finished some 24 seconds behind. How unsettling is it when Alex gets off to such a great start and you realize early we're running for second place?
Well, it wasn't too bad. I know she's a great runner and I'd have to compete with her really hard if I wanted to do my best, but I went out there, did the best I could, and I'm really happy with the result.
Webster Thomas Jr. Nick Niamtu, the former freshman basketball standout, established himself as the top male runner.
Yeah, it wasn't the most conventional decision, but it's what I wanted to do because I really enjoy running, and I've been really happy with my decision.
Guys that get into basketball, it seems to really grip them. What turned you to running more?
I just sort of lost the love of the game. I'm not really sure why, but it just happened, and I really just started liking running more.
And plus, you got really good at it really fast.
Yeah, that always helps, too.
It wasn't clear who presented the biggest challenge to Niamtu, but he'd be wearing a Pittsford Mendon uniform. The Vikings are the top-ranked Class A team in the state.
1, 2, 3. MENDONVIKINGS. Oh yes, and we are the best. Go Mendon!
That's awesome for us. We got first in states last year, and being ranked first in the state this year for the second time in a row is great. That shows that we're really strong and we're ready to run some fast times, every one of us.
Pittsford's strength is its depth. 3 Vikings wound up finishing in the top 5 of this race. Through the woods, Niamtu and Burton were running first and second, but the field was a lot tighter among the leaders than the girls' race. The finish was a classic, with Niamtu trying to hold off the Viking, except it wasn't Burton, it was Griffin Hess. All right, look, you make that turn, that final elbow turn to the stretch. and you have a chance. How's that feel?
Oh, it felt great. I had one of my friends come back from Geneseo and he was yelling at me, "You can catch him, you can catch him." And I was feeling a little tired. Then we came up out of the woods on the field way back over there, and I just felt it and I started to go, and I nearly caught him, and I was very excited.
What's the feeling when the leader takes a peek back to see where you are?
It feels great. It's very exhilarating. You know, like, oh man, I almost had, like, you know, I could almost, you know, touch him.
Niamtu beat Hess by a mere 2 seconds to claim the county crown.
Well, I knew he was up there, and I saw the maroon Menden uniforms everywhere, so I knew it could have been him.
All right, feels good winning this race?
Yeah, definitely. It was one of my goals, so yeah.
Pittsford wound up winning a second state title. When we return with a special edition of the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat from Vision Hyundai in Canandaigua, burned out with the Spencerport football team. Welcome back to the special edition of the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat on location from Vision Hyundai in Canandaigua. I'm Bill Pucko. A sports team is an entity serving many purposes. At Spencerport, the football team served as a second home here. Here's Pat Fahey with Burned Out.
This is where Spencerport running back Taj Eady used to live. On a mid-August afternoon, first responders were called to a home at 99 Queensland Drive, to a home engulfed in flames.
I was actually at the gas station putting gas in my car, and then I got a phone call from my mom, and in my heart, I just went, I froze, and I just drove home, and I couldn't believe what I saw. It was hectic. My house was in flames. It was the neighborhood. It was all watching, mad fire trucks.
Firefighters battled for nearly an hour before bringing the blaze under control. The second floor collapsed into the first as flames tore through Taj's home. Heat from the fire melted the siding of the home next door. It was a total loss.
Yeah, I lost plaques. I lost trophies. I lost my jersey, everything. My football equipment, all of it. Everything, all my clothes, shoes, everything.
Taj's family escaped unharmed. All this just 5 days before his senior season was to begin with Taj's other family, the Spencerport Ranger varsity football family.
Just like in the game, but let's make it throw.
Passing back up. Halt back up.
A tight-knit group of 40, the team motto, what else? Family. And to the coaches, players, and parents of the varsity squad, family means something.
Yeah, I mean, all the kids came together and surrounded around him and his family, and you know, we did some things raising money, and so did the school, the athletic department, our parents' club, as well as the Spencerport Sports Booster Club. But our kids are always, you know, our family's our motto, and sticking together through times of adversity is something we talk a ton about. So, you know, our kids really rallied around him and his family.
Yeah, absolutely. We always take care of our family. So it was a flurry of phone calls when we found out what happened to Taj and his family. And it was a former member, too, because his cousin, Sean Robinson, is a former Ranger also. So we mobilized the funds together from the Sports Booster Club fund, and we gave that to the team, or to the family, the next day.
Then a series of fundraisers, donations from alumni. An anonymous donor doubled the bottom line with a dollar-for-dollar matching gift.
I was at workouts one morning, actually, and then they got my friend Landon to hand me an envelope, and there was a bunch of money in it. It was a bunch of gift cards. At first I was shocked, but then I thought, like, this is my family. This is, like, it doesn't seem out of the character for them to do.
This season, Ranger football means so much more than wins and losses on the field. It's about sticking together through life's toughest trials.
When I'm out here, I don't really think about anything else besides football. And it just being on a team, I don't even think of these as my teammates. Like, they're all my brothers. We think of ourselves as family, and they help me a lot.
It could happen to anybody at any time. It could happen to any of us, you know, fluke thing, the house goes down, you lose everything, and you want to know your community and your family is behind you. And that's what we wanted to give the Edie family, is know that we were behind them and helping them out. And we were thinking about them in this time of need.
Number 30, Taj Edie on the carry. Knocked out of bounds at the Agustina 5-yard line.
In week 1 of the season, Taj suffered a broken left arm, which did little to slow down the shifty tailback. A key to the Ranger double wing offense, Edie rushed for over 550 yards and 8 touchdowns in his first 4 games of the season.
You know, it feels great. It's senior year, you know. I'm not doing it for myself, actually. I do it for them every day.
The Spencerport football family faced adversity. The family was tested by fire and won the battle. For the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat, I'm Pat Fahey.
Edie led the Rangers to a 6-4 football season. When we return, our salute to the season with this special edition of the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back to this special edition of the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko, on location from Vision Hyundai here in Canandaigua. We'd like to thank the people here, especially Tom Foster, who manages the place, for their hospitality. The Vision dealerships have been a great supporter of the High School Sports Beat, and we thank them for their participation. They make the Sports Beat possible, as do you. Thanks again for watching. We close with our traditional salute to the season by photojournalist Jeff Barron. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.
I said Trojans, what time is it? It's time to get up, it's time to represent. I said Trojans, what time is it? It's time to get up, it's time to represent.
I built a road of darkness with my 2 bare hands. To get a little bit closer, I built a ship in the sky with my eyes on the sand. To feel a little bit higher, but in the aftermath of your reckless love, I feel more alive than I ever was. Before my ruins fell, I fell down to hell, and now my spirit flows on loving sounds. I sold my clothes from the earth.